Hey guys, welcome back. Dream Reaver 23 here, and I'm going to be doing another Euro Truck Simulator 2, I guess, series, and we'll try to be talking about a lot of different things whenever we're playing the game and everything like that. I am doing the commentary live because I just don't enjoy doing post-commentary. I like to, talk to you guys live and everything like that. And even though sometimes when I'm concentrating it might get a little dull because I'm not doing much, it's still a lot of fun to do these. Now, the reason why we're picking this back up is, one, I haven't played it in a while, and it's a really fun game. But two, they just released new DLC for the game here within the last couple days on Steam. And it actually adds a lot more places for you to deliver to, going further east. And so you get to go to like Russia and different places like that. So we can look up the map. And typically before, you had a little bit right here, but not much. And you didn't really get to go over into Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Austria, Czech Republic. So they've added quite a bit. And can we zoom out a little bit? Nope. Is that the farthest we can go in? It looks like there's more over there, but I can't see it. So they added quite a few countries on the map and added a lot more stuff over here, which is really, really cool. So right now we are based in London, and our truck is in London. It's going to cost £120,000 or euros. I still don't know. I'm not paying attention too much to what I've done since I haven't played in a while. But we don't have enough to upgrade to our next level, and that will open up new garage slots and lots more stuff that we can do in our garage. So let's go ahead and get this kicked out and started. I am using the track IR, so I can look around the cab and everything like that. So I still do keep up my right mirror, or my left mirror, I'm sorry. And I'm actually, I keep it up because it just saves from having to look over that way, because it does seem that you kind of steer into the direction a little bit of where you look. But I'm going to slow down the track IR on here. So give me 1 sec, I'm going to pause it real quick. Alright guys, so we did get it adjusted a little bit slower speed, so it's a bit smoother. We can look down and check out our stuff. So we're going to go ahead and open up, turn off our parking brake, get back acquainted with the game because it's been a while. All right. So, let's find us a job. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It's kind of nice having that without the mirror. Alright, so, job market, freight market, and let's go ahead and kick it off by going to one of these routes that are off in one of the opened up countries. But I do need to start them origin. Let's see. Since we are over here, price. Starting from London. Nope, don't want to go up. We can go down, carrying dynamite. Wow. We'll actually take these pressure tanks. It's an oversized load, so it's going to be a large load. Excuse me. But we'll go ahead and take these ones right here. I'm going to set the GPS destination for that so we can pick up this load. And pull up our roll. Now I am just using keyboard and mouse on this. A lot of people before, whenever I did a lot more of these, were asking, oh, are you using, you know, a steering wheel and pedals and everything like that? No. Just a keyboard and mouse. I have the settings adjusted to where they're quite a bit lower. And it makes it to where it's a little easier to control a lot of stuff. Let's see, we're going to go to this outside lane right here and cut people off. Because that's what we do. Excuse me. Don't mind me, just drive my truck. Alright. We might be able to bring up keep our come back around. Enter. And yes, this is the job that we want to pick up. It's the one carrying the oversize because we don't want to go up to Aberdeen. We've been up there too many times in the past. This one's not a bad one either. Let's take this dynamite. All right. So yeah, we'll pick up the dynamite load. Okay. Trailer is attached. 1 second, guys. All right, and we are back. Had to set up some different controls a little bit. All right, get ready for a long trip because these ones take a while. So we are set up, and basically what I did is I have my left mouse button set up to horn, and then there's different ones. If you hit P, it pulls on your windshield wipers. O is your whoop lights, your hazard lights. L is your lights, and it has the different modes. You have K just to switch modes between your high beams. So you have your, I guess, daytime running lights, and then your actual headlights, and then that just K adjusts your brights. I actually changes the display, which I like to keep my daytime running lights on. But I adjust your display so you can say, okay, your speed, your temperatures and everything like that. Pressure looks like, then fuel. But you can also set cruise control with C. I have my right mouse button actually set up for your jake brake, your engine retardant. So let's make sure. Turn off our highlights. There we go. And we are trucking. Now we do have some road ahead of us on this trip. A and D are your indicators, respectively. And you have to make sure that you don't speed too much through towns. I remember when Voltron was playing, he had a problem with speeding ridiculously. And that was always fun listening to him complain, just because, he would crash his truck, like, and I think at one point in time he had it up to like 99% whatever damage. Which is just funny to me. Alright, watch our lines, make sure we don't damage our load or our vehicle. Which, if looks like we are good on fuel. On the road again. So I hope you guys are doing fine out there. Now these videos tend to be a bit longer just because these rides, I always try to get it to where we're doing one route in a video, and so these videos won't be coming up every day, every few days probably, just because they do take longer to render, to make, all that good stuff. This is our cruise control, so we can actually set the cruise now, and we're at 50 kilometers an hour for the cruise. So I'll keep that one up. That's a good one to have up. And everybody always asks, why don't you use the radio in game? Well, because it makes it to where it matches copyright, and if you're new to YouTube, you can't do that stuff. If you've been around YouTube, that's like no go. $30 now. Is that miles per hour? I'm assuming it's miles per hour. I'll just keep up with traffic. If I get tickets, I get tickets, or fines, or whatever. So we're going to bring this load out to where it's got to go. Which I don't even remember where it's got to go. But we'll bring it out there, and then we'll take a load. On the next one, we'll start going across country to the newer areas that have opened up, just because I think that'll be pretty cool. So one thing to talk about while we're going along this way, I know that many of you, even if you don't keep up too much on the news, you heard about the shooting at the Navy Yard in Washington, and I was actually pretty upset by that. Not for the fact, not only for the fact, I should say, that there were, people that were shot and injured and killed in that shooting. I mean, that's terrible, and stuff like that, it's just terrible when it happens. But I was more upset and furious in the whole matter because, once again, they've gone through and kind of like ousted out and said, okay, the reason why this guy did it, and or their warning signs or whatever that they should have seen was that he was an avid gamer, and an avid gamer of the games that are violent and like first-person shooters and stuff like that. And it always just kills me that they're like, oh yeah, he was a gamer, he played first-person shooters, and used that. And this was an actual one of the guys that was like a former FBI that they were interviewing. He was former FBI, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a profiler. And he was like, yeah, I'm picking up the things that you were talking about, because they talked to a few of the guy's friends or something like that he'd lived with, or roommates, past people that he'd known, and they said, starting about 4, 5, 6 months ago, he started really getting into like first-person shooters and stuff like that, and he would never come out of his room, he would just play that. And the profiler was like, yeah, that's, one of the things we really look for are these games, because typically those people, they play those games to get better at shooting, to get, you know, and basically all it does is desensitize you to it, and still makes it, and it makes it to where the people that you're killing aren't people anymore. They're just numbers or points. And on that whole thing, I call complete bullshit. It's, one, playing a game does not help you increase your shooting capability at all. The guy he was a Navy petty officer. He had training in weapons and everything like that, but by playing a game, it did not make him to where he was better at firing weapons and rounds, you know, down the course and everything like that. That's not going to happen. By playing a video game, by going out and playing Call of Duty, okay? Call of Duty, you know, is a big first-person shooter that literally has millions of people that have played it and continue to play it. And just using that as an example, all right, you know, not zeroing out or singling out Call of Duty for any reason other than just, you know, a hypothetical or example-based purpose. We're going to switch lanes here. But using that as an example and saying, all right, so based off their presumptions that come along with this profiler, people that play games like Call of Duty or the Arma series or you know, any zombie game or anything like that, any first-person shooter that, you know, has violence, Grand Theft Auto 5, I mean, things like that, those people are more susceptible to going batshit crazy and unloading a ton of rounds into, you know, a group of people. Bullshit. I've been playing games my whole life. Been playing first-person shooters, and been playing, you know, strategy games and military strategy games, military simulations. I've been in the military. I got 7 years in the Army. You cannot tell me that by playing Grand Theft Auto 5 or Call of Duty or any of these other games that it's going to go through the process of desensitizing me and making me more apt to go and kill people. Bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit on it. It's a terrible, lame excuse to go through and do it. But by going and saying that people that... Oh wait, I need to get over. Sorry, car. By saying that, you know, putting that bit out there, one, gaming is huge. It's gaming is bigger now and has grown so much to a larger scale now over the past, I'd say 8 years, 10 years from what it has been in the past, that to go through and say, oh, he played video games. Yeah, so has every freaking other person ever. Okay, maybe not everybody. My grandmother, she never played video games. But still, you know, it's one of those things that you can't say that that's a determining factor. I'm sure that guy also, just going off base mentality and... no, forward, don't back up into people. Wait, I'm going which way? By using that bit of standard and saying that, video games, okay, something like altogether in the world, there are, asshole, you better get out of the way. I gotta cut this shit wide. Okay, there we go. Made it. If you just go off the statistics and say, all right, mass shootings and everything like that, that people, you know, kill multiple people and everything like that, in the past, we'll say 10 years. One, they're very limited, few and far between, in the grand scheme of things, you know, with, what, 7 billion people in the world. And to go through and say that, yeah, they're gamers were the predominant, you know, cause of them. You could also go and say that, oh, well, also these people that did this, one, typically, in most cases, most scenarios, usually about 70 or 80% have some sort of mental illness or mental, I won't say disease, disability or disadvantage in the fact that, like, think people that were like OCD, they had some form of OCD, bipolar, manic depression, ADHD, ADD, some form and or group of those different things wrong with them as well. So you could say that, okay, well, typically people on that line, and I'm talking more like the OCD, manic depressive bipolar, have things like little tics that they do, or they're very, everything has to be perfect, everything has to be in its right order, very meticulous. They probably floss, and floss to the point to make it to where it's meticulous. Their gums are bleeding and stuff like that. So they can be like, oh no, not only were they gamers, but they flossed. And I mean, that's another way of saying, he was a flosser and he played games. He's destined to be a killer. It's still a stupid thought process. It's still a stupid mentality to have. It doesn't work that way. You better... Oh, damn it! I hit it! No! Get out of the way, truck! This isn't even a violent game, and I'm cursing at this guy. You know what I mean? It's... Give me a break with all these stupid mentalities that people have. It's like, because he was a gamer, he played video games that were violent and apt for grotesque violence and murder. That is why we know that, he had mental illness. Shut up. It's retarded. Grand Theft Auto 5 made over $800 million in sales in one day. So you just added a whole lot of killers to your list, if that's true. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. I got a wreck. I got a wreck. I'll just go this way. My bad, car. My bad. You better stop. Yeah, that's right. Alright, where are we going? That's terrible. See, I'm distracted because I'm paying attention to... I didn't get any damage to the truck or the trailer. Sweet! So, yeah, I don't know. I want to know your thoughts on it, though. I mean, tell me what you guys think. Drop them in the comments and everything like that. I'd like to know what your opinions are. If you think that it's complete bullshit, this call, and that basically... I see it as some sort of movement from the government to try to push towards a greater censorship in gaming. I mean, we already have the ESRB, which is a great system, and I do fully support the ESRB because there are certain games that young ones and kids, I guess, kids and young adults of a certain nature shouldn't really play. People that are apt, people with mental disabilities and stuff like that, shouldn't go out and play grotesquely violent games and everything like that. That's just, I mean, that's looking out for their better interest. So I can't say that the ESRB is a bad thing. That is a good thing in my opinion. I completely agree with that, and I got to take a wider turn here. But in that same sense, continuing on, see, concentration makes me stop talking. Always does. We're not even going to try to make it to where it's all fancy or anything like that. We're going to say, okay, cool, we're on the trailer. Oh shit, where was this one going? I guess the only way it's going to go. So yeah, with that bit... what are your opinions on it? Like I said, I do agree with the ESRB and having that rating system in there, but that should be enough. Anybody that goes past that process and says, well, my kids, they played these games and I don't like it and everything like that, and they're like 10 years old, well, motherfucker, start reading the damn boxes, because that's up to the parents on that part, and the parents need to take responsibility for that shit. Don't blame it on the stores. Don't blame it on anything else. If it says fucking ESRB rating M for mature, 17 plus for this game due to graphic violence, sexual content, sexual situations, and strong language and partial nudity, and you get it for your 8-year-old, and then you wonder why he's cursing or has a bad attitude, and you're going to blame the game company? Bullshit! Don't give me any of that. That's your fault. That's the parents' problem. They were the ones that are supposed to govern that stuff. Whenever I was growing up, that's how my mom did it. If she saw any game that she didn't want me playing because she thought that it would, disturb me or anything like that, or she didn't want me to play or see anything like that or have any language like that, which, granted, at the time, there weren't many because it was a much younger time in gaming itself. She said no. She didn't allow me to play it. And that took care of it. Because it was her responsibility, and she did her job. Nowadays, people are too quick and apt to push blame off to somebody else. Well, my kid wanted to play it. How can you say that I can't let him play it when all of his friends are playing it? Motherfucker, you're the parent. Not the kids. Not the other kids. If the other parents are letting, little Johnny neighbor kid jump off a roof or off a cliff or off a bridge because that's what he wants to do, are you going to let little Timmy, your son, do it? And I almost hit that car. No, because that would be stupid. But if it's about a video game, well, I can't tell him no. Bullshit, you can't tell him no. I don't know. All opinions, taken with a grain of salt. Don't you hit me. I had the right of way. Probably not, but still, I'm saying that I had the right of way. So yeah, that's my thought process on that. Let me know what you think about that, and if you agree with me. I mean, even if you're younger, if you're a kid and your parents do that for you, that's how it should be. If you don't like what I said about that, I don't care. You're a kid. You have parents. It's their responsibility to teach you both right from wrong, what you should and shouldn't play, and they have that right. They're your parents. That's who is in charge of making sure that you grow up to be somewhat of a safe and responsible adult in your further life. Get out of the way, car. There we go. Yeah, honk my horn at you. So, now that I got that bitch fest off my chest, which I know some of you really like my rants, but and if you don't like my rants, I'm sorry. This is me. This is who I am. This is how I feel about things, and I'll stand up for them. I fought for the right to say what I want, so you can't tell me no. So yeah. What is the speed limit right here? Why don't they have that on the navigation? Off our wipers. Put down our just on our daytime running lights since it stopped raining. All right, we are driving on the right side on this one now. I think I need to get this lane. What are you doing, car? Well, I'm gonna go in front of you. Ha 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 ha. Almost got hit. Almost got taken out, little car. And I need to scoot over to the right lane because that's the slower lane made for trucks. You can change cameras somehow. Hitting other buttons and not paying attention to the road. good thing I slowed down. Oh, they're doing construction. Go ahead and put on the parking brake, because we don't know how long we're going to be here. So yeah, I think I finished out everything with what I wanted to say about that. Don't blame gamers. Don't say that he was a gamer. He played violent games, and that's what caused him to be anything. Never say in any report. This is going out to whoever's in charge of the FBI that's doing all these profiling cases. If you ever come on the radio and say, you played first-person shooters to increase his aiming and get better at aiming down the barrels of a gun and firing on people. Bullshit. That does not relate in any way. If he has a full rig setup and he's got like a replica of a actual weapon like an M16 or something like that, or an AR-15, something along those lines, and he has that set up to where it's a full-on simulator like you would see set up in a military post or anything like that, then yeah, I can say that helped him get better at firing a weapon and aiming. But for me to grab my Xbox 360 controller or my PS3 controller and play a first-person shooter is not going to make me any better if I have no experience holding a gun in the first place. It's not going to show me how to hold it up to my cheek, to put the buttstock against my chest or my shoulder or whatever. It's not going to do anything like that for me. And all it does is make you sound like a fucking idiot. Pardon my language. But I just feel strong about that shit. It's like if you were to go and say that by me watching, just watching, not studying, but just watching the cooking channel, I'm going to become a master chef. By just watching it, I'm going to become a master chef. Bullshit. All that channel does is make me hungry. That's it. So you can't tell me that by watching WWE, I'm going to become the best wrestler in the world. I'm going to become like the WWE world champ by watching it. Or better yet, by playing any of the wrestling games for 360 or PS3 or whatever's going to come out on the next gen, that's going to cause me to become a better wrestler. No, it doesn't work that way. There's no muscle memory. There you go. There's some logic for you. There's no muscle memory whenever you're holding a controller versus actually going out and firing a weapon. Whoa, calm down. Crazy curves. Let me actually start concentrating on the game a little bit more. But yeah, it's so with that being said, with that little bit of information, and that's something that scientists and doctors can attest to, is that if you have absolutely no muscle memory for something, you haven't developed a muscle memory, because that's what it is. That's what you're trained for in the military. You're not trained over and over and over again just so you can get it mentally. Yeah, there's that part, but there's the muscle memory. You have to just be able to do it without thinking about it to actually become good at anything. Woohoo! That was close. I guess I have it set up. I think I remember having like the actual physics mod for it, so I can't take those corners too tight. I almost flipped this on, bitch. So yeah. Like I said, this is going to be a little bit longer of a route. We have 434 kilometers left to go. And it looks like I am getting tired. I do need to get some sleep soon. Cargo dynamite, it's due Thursday. Expected between Thursday 1:57 to 8:37. And today is Wednesday. So yeah, I can go to sleep. Not that one. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll, looks like there's a gas station up there a little bit further. When we get up there, we'll actually pull in, get some rest, so that we don't go over and start falling asleep at the road. Because that is never fun. Alright. So yeah, I think I finished my rant. Maybe. It might just crop back in if I get different ideas about stuff. You never know. Never know what happens up there. What is that? That is signifying the start of a toll road, I believe. Yep, and I need to go to the right. Start the toll road. Keep the ticket. Press the following key. Thank you much. I hate pulling out of these. Yep, go. Go car. There you go. Because you always have that car that's like, no, I'm going to go. I have right away. Shut up. That's what I think of your right away. You know, I often wonder what my wife thinks about whenever she hears me yelling at the computer in here. That was a little bit of a tight turn right there, my friend. Tight turn. Keep it smooth. This is a tiny little road right here. Alright, so we got fuel we are good on. You can see that, and if I can switch over too. So we're good on fuel. That's one thing. One reason why I got this truck is it actually has quite a large fuel tank. But we do need to go pull in here and rest. Might as well top off while we're here. Yeah, hold down, enter. Thank you much. Nobody over there, right? Nope. So we are going to pull in right here and get some shut-eye. And I don't care if I'm blocking traffic. All right. Turn on our headlights. Yeah, that's right. I pulled in front of you. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Let's turn on our whoop-whoop lights. Whoop whoop. Alright, so we have 393 kilometers to go. And need to get there before 8:34 in the morning. So we should be good to go on here. Going off into the other lane because I feel like it. No, because I was adjusting my hat. This is a really cool looking game. That's how now I remember how. So you can actually go outside the truck. It's just much easier to control inside. The high beams actually work. Get our cruise set. Which it tops out at 90 is the speed that is set on here with the governor. I know a lot of people are like, why don't you just get the mod that makes it to where you can hit up to over 90, you know, and I'm like, because the game has its limitations, and I like playing to the game's limitations and having that set as a standard. It makes it more of a challenge, definitely, to get your loads there on time, to make sure you're following the, you know, set speeds, and also to make it to where you're you know, having to use the sleep function, you know, get fuel and everything like that. I mean, it makes it more of a challenge, and I'm not looking for a game to be easy to play it. Those get boring after a while. We are going to overtake these cars. Set our cruise up there again, even though we're going uphill, so we're losing speed. Thank you much. See, that's how you do it. You gotta be kind and courteous and friendly and all that good other stuff. All right. Apparently having your brights on doesn't do much to affect the other people and everything like that. Real life, everybody gets pissed if you have your brights on. Have them the same way. I hope this has... I bet you it's not going to... Glad I thought about that ahead of time. It always has that. Like, some of them will have the multiple to where you can have 2 lanes going straight ahead, and some of them, they don't. Grab this lane just in case that one ends abruptly, which it has a tendency to do sometimes. So I know I'm not supposed to be in this lane because this is typically the faster lane. Alright, let's get back over because I can see that it doesn't end right away. Alright, we are coming through a town. Turn off our whoop whoop lights. They're cautionary lights. I don't know. I've always known them as whoop whoop lights, so it makes more sense to me to say whoop whoop lights. Fooled you. You thought I was going in that lane. Ha ha, sucker! What are you stopping for? What do you got brake lights on for? That don't even make sense. That's right, I honked at you. What you want? How many of you that are watching this video are actually truckers? I know that last time when I was putting them up, I had a few truckers that would message me and say, hey, I really like that game, you know, what's it called? And, you know, to get the information for it. And they thought it was pretty interesting. Me personally, I don't know. I don't know if I could drive trucks all day for a living, like in real life, and then get on here and drive trucks in a game. Because, I mean, some of these missions, you're driving for a couple hours, you know, even though it's kind of like a shortened track. I mean, it would typically take you a lot longer. You have like the advancement in time and everything that it takes place on here. So it's not exactly the same, but still, to go there and drive, you know, 11, 12 hours a day, and then say, okay, cool, now I'm going to go drive for another 3 hours to deliver trucks or to deliver loads in Europe, just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem too exciting for me. But that's just me talking, you know what I'm saying? That's what you'd like to do? Awesome. If you absolutely love your job and you want to, you know, experience it as much as you can, or you're just interested in seeing Europe, hey, I'm not going to judge you for that. That's cool. My job is to play video games and make music. Even when I'm not working, I'm playing video games and I'm making music. Alright. On the road again. Zigzaggy road, we're on the road again. Dun 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 dun. Deep 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 deep. Told you these episodes go a bit longer. I will have to eventually start breaking them up, especially for the really long trips. I have to start breaking it up and splitting it into a couple of videos, just to make it, you know, more bite-sized so that you guys can watch it and enjoy it and come back to them and everything like that. But I don't know. I mean, maybe some of you guys do like the longer videos. Some of you guys I know like the shorter videos, and you like you let me know, hey, 15-20 minutes is about the max I can do in one sitting because of, you know, I'm watching them at school, you know, on lunch or something like that, or at work, you know, on a break. I can't do 45 minutes. Cool. My objection to that is stop it, remember where you started it at, you know, and then go back to that spot. That's what I do. You took that corner a little bit too fast. Whoop whoop, pull over that ass too fast. As long as we got 240 kilometers. I think it was a mod that I downloaded that actually made it to where the NPC lights and stuff like that, headlights, were a bit brighter because I wasn't able to see shit before. I was like, hey, you know, I can't see them coming, or I can't see them behind me until they're like right behind me, which is rather annoying. Whoa! That's what I get for looking over at my other mirrors over there. Let me stay on the road for that. There is a scenic view. Oh, that's so terrifying, though. That's great if this was like a rerun of your route or something like that. You know, like you're going over and watching a replay of it. But trying to do this, no. This one is, you know, workable because you can actually kind of tell where you're going. But I still much rather the in-truck view. If I want to look outside, I look to the right and I see the outside. That's what that's what you do. So there's sleep and fuel at this turnoff right up here. I need neither. So we'll keep on moving forward. There are 88 kilometers to go. What else is happening in the news? Obviously, everybody, you know, is talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. It's a really, really great game, and I'm excited. Like, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, I don't know, Game of the Year, and I'm like, yes, Game of the Year. It's actually a really, really great game. The story, everything about the story is amazing, and it's addictive, and you keep following it and trying to play along with it and everything like that. It's a really, really addictive game. And one of the other reasons why there was no videos that really came up this week is because I got Grand Theft Auto 5 and was kind of addicted to playing it. So, there you go. It's a terrible excuse, I know, but I know a lot of other YouTubers that are doing the same thing. They're like, I was supposed to get like 3 videos up this week and I didn't get any because I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5. And I'm, a lot of them that I've talked to, they're like kind of have the same feeling I do. They don't want to put up any videos of the story mode because they don't want to ruin anything. They don't want to be the guy that spoils some part that people are getting up to and they, you know, beforehand. They don't want to do anything like that. Like this one part where Trevor... Oh, wait, never mind. See? I mean, it's too easy to spoil shit in that game. So I'm going to be, whenever I do put up stuff, it's going to be parts of the game that are like not have anything to do with the story. It'll just be fun, extra things to do. And that's why I can't wait till the 1st. Because on the 1st, they're going to be coming out with the GTA Online, where you can play with your friends and stuff like that and experience the world in that way. Not based around the story. That's cool. You can do your races, you can do your plane races, you can go play darts against each other, you know, this place, you know, the different bars and stuff like that. Whatever you want to do. That's cool. And it doesn't have anything to do with the story mode, which is even better. So, yeah. Now I wonder, like, because with the GTA 4, they had it to where you had the character customizer and stuff like that, and it was very, you know, minuscule in the amount of stuff you could do to change your person up. But basically, you could, you know, I had my guy dressed up like a pimp, white suit, badass. I'm wondering if they're going to have more depth to the multiplayer on this one, because this one, by far, you know, top and bottom is way more sales than Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 5 kind of took the whole gaming place by storm. So the whole gaming community is like, oh my god, love it. So, hands going numb from holding the mouse. Are we there yet? 115 kilometers. Whoa, slow down around this curve. I like that the high beams actually work and work well. Makes it a bit easier to see. I mean, look at that. Even on the steering wheel, you got all the little controls and stuff like that that are illuminated. That's cool. And I believe that they'll actually flash their brights if your brights are on. Maybe not. The tight set of turns up here. One of these days I'm going to go through one of these curves too fast. I'm going to flip this damn truck. Which would be terrible. By the way, come to think of it, I haven't seen any reports on what my other drivers are doing. How much money they're making. Kind of pisses me off. Bastards better be driving. That's what I pay y'all for. Don't pay y'all sit around on your butt. It's hard being a shop manager of a trucking company. Alright, 65 kilometers left to go. And going off the road. Not because I'm tired, just because I'm not paying attention. Oh, damn, slow down fast, slow down fast, slow. Whew. And stop rolling backwards. Who puts a red light on the middle of a highway? Ah, you son of a bitch. Don't you roll backwards. TNT. I actually made a song up about that trucking company. Go, I'm not getting stuck at this red light. Because even if it goes yellow, it like gives you a ticket. If you guys can remember the song from the last episode, or not last episode, but from one of the earlier episodes of Euro Truck Simulator 2, type the title of it in the in the comments. I know a few of y'all get it. Because y'all are sick like that. Alright, come on. Don't you get me stuck at this red light. I will beat you. I will get out of my truck, go over to your truck, and beat you. Because I play Arma so much, Arma 3 and Arma 2 so much, I always want to hit shift and make it go faster. But it does not work in this game. Alright, come on. We only got 36 more kilometers to go. And we just broke over an hour just a few seconds ago. So, see? Longer video. But we covered a lot of good topics in this last 36 kilometers or 30 kilometers. We'll talk about what we've covered. We covered the... We covered the Washington shooting, which from what I heard on the news earlier, there was also another one in Chicago last night that killed 13 people or something like that. terrible tragedies, and if you know anybody or if you're in that vicinity, my heart goes out to you, because that is terrible. That's something that nobody wants to go through ever, and nobody should have to go through. Bottom line is, there's sick, sadistic people in this world, and we can't, smother them when they're infants. That's kind of messed up, I know, but still. More people just need to be loved. They need to be hugged and, not made fun of. Not, people always ask, well, this is because of this is because of this. This is because, one, their parents really didn't show them how to let out their aggressions. That's something that, my mom, whenever I was younger, she taught me how to do. You're going to get frustrated in the world, she would tell me. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get angry. You can't bottle that up. You can't keep it inside. It'll eat you up. Let out your aggressions. Talk to somebody. Talk to me. Talk to your friends. Yell at a pillow. Punch, punching bag. Punch your pillows. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. To whoever you can. If it's a counselor, if it's one of the free, 800 helplines. Talk to somebody. And, don't bully, don't pick on people because they're different. All this stuff, it causes more trauma than it not drama, but trauma. It causes problems. We can get by, we can get through a lot of this stuff and not have to deal with it anymore if we address the primary issues on it. Making sure people don't feel unloved, making sure that they don't feel hurt. Or that if they do, they know how to get that out without going on a shooting spree. It hurts. Life sucks. Life's a bitch. My grandpa used to tell me all the time, life's a bitch and then you die. And this was back in the early 80s. I was, a young kid, 5, 6, 7 years old, and he would tell me that. Life's a bitch and then you die. None of us are going to make it out alive. But you have to survive. You have to be able to move forward. We're actually going to whip this bad boy around. Perfect. Trip done. Took 22 hours, 44 minutes altogether, and on real time, it took us right under an hour because we took a few minutes of talking and everything before the game. So we upgraded to level 16. Talked about some good stuff, and yeah, I hope that you guys took something out of this. I really want to know what your guys' thoughts are about the whole, gamers being kind of blamed, and like first-person shooters and stuff like that, violent video games being blamed for everything under the sun nowadays, and just what your thoughts are on everything. Tell you what, let's get a... we'll put a keyword in there. If you made it this far in the video, if you made it all the way through the video on here, use the word Mountain Dew, just because there's one right in front of me. In your... Actually, no. Take that back. We're not going to use Mountain Dew. Use the keyword love. in your comment. Start off your comment with it or whatever, but use the keyword love. Let me know you got this far into the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, guys, I am DreamRaver23 reminding you to game happy. And as always, I will see you all later. Bye, guys.